Hello, welcome to Spotlight on Souris. Today is November 16th, 2021. My name is Laura Higgs, and today we are pleased to have with us Loretta Turner. Loretta is the president of the Souris and Glenwood Chamber of Commerce, and she's the chairperson of the Santaclaus Parade as well, right, Loretta?
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and it's so nice seeing you guys back doing the Spotlights on Souris. Thank you, Laura, and all of the people involved with the productions. We really appreciate it.
Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Now, the Santaclaus Parade, what is happening this year?
Well, we're on the calendar for Saturday, December the 4th, with a start time of 7 p.m. We've extended the route, and we will be marshalling from the school. We are going to include neighborhoods across the creek, across the bridge, going by the hospital, and then back to the school and covering as many streets as we can.
Oh, that's wonderful.
In between. So the public health orders were announced on Friday, November the 12th, and outdoor gatherings where non-vaccinated people are in attendance, it's limited to 50 people.
Oh.
So that includes a parade. So because it would be virtually impossible to have a double vaccinated parade event, we cannot hold a regular style parade where people are gathering in the streets. Mm-hmm. So this year, spectators must remain in their vehicles parked along the route or remain in their house if they're lucky enough to be on the route. Mm-hmm. And this is as per order 223, and I'll just read that.
Yeah.
This order does not apply to an outdoor gathering which persons attend in a motor vehicle if all persons remain in that motor vehicle or stay immediately outside their vehicle in a manner that ensures that they are able to maintain a separation of at least 2 meters from other persons attending the gathering who arrive in another vehicle.
Okay.
So that's how we're satisfying the public health orders and still being able to proceed with a parade.
So if people line up in their cars, and their cars are fairly close together, they need to stay in their vehicles, period.
Yes.
If you're on a street which is maybe had a little more room and you can stay far apart, they could stand beside their car as long as they're far enough away from the other people who might get out of their vehicle.
So we are saying
stay in your vehicle.
Stay in your vehicle because you're going to be on residential streets too, and the people who live in that house, they can be in their driveway or on their front yard or in their house.
Okay.
So if you're in your car in front of their house and you get out, you're now encroaching on their space. So we're just, spectators are to remain in their vehicles.
Okay.
And then there's no gray area. Okay. And I know the rules produce a little gray area, but we're saying spectators must stay in their vehicle.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Good. Wow. Okay, so how are you going to make sure that happens?
Well, our committee is focusing on educating, which our government has been doing for the last year and a half. They've been focusing on educating as well. So every house that's on the route will be receiving clarification on the rules as they affect their potential plans for the evening. And all advertising will clearly state that spectators must remain in their vehicles.
Or on their house property.
Right. Okay. So we kindly ask that if anyone has no intentions of following the public health orders, that you just don't attend. People need to be aware that there is still a reporting system out there and that COVID police can show up anytime, anywhere. Public health is very well aware of our event and what our plans are. So we're not sneaking anything, we're not hiding anything. Everyone is in the know.
The cards are on the table.
Yeah. And this is our community's reputation on the line, and it's our opportunity to show public health that events like this can safely happen. So I have confidence in our fellow residents and our visitors that they will follow our public health orders and the rules that we've set out, because it's the right thing to do, and also out of respect for those of us that are organizing the event.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So public health has put out their stipulations, and you have gone to the nth degree to follow that, even more so with the regulations that you guys have put on your Santaclaus Parade.
Correct.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I think that's great. Okay, so do you see any other problems that could arise from that?
Parking issues, absolutely, along the route.
Yeah.
So we're relying on a lot of common sense from people. Regarding how people park and where they park.
Right.
So if there's lots of snow on a certain street or snow piles, we may only be able to park on one side of the street. Spectators need to remember that some of the floats have a trailer behind them, and you can't park too close to the corner, or else those floats won't be able to maneuver around
I've seen that.
the route. And then the floats themselves are going to have to remember that we're not shutting down the route, and road rules apply. You have to stop at the stop signs along the way. You have to proceed with caution and awareness through intersections, making sure that it's safe. It's not just a you follow in front of you and go.
Right.
You have to pay attention.
Because you're using so many more streets than normal.
Right.
Yeah.
And on our old route, it was very simple, and there wasn't really stopping. We could get through the 10 or 12 blocks and be just fine, but we're going through stop signs this time. So
Yeah, so you're going to stop at the stop signs.
yeah.
Okay, so the floats themselves are bigger, people need to stay away from the corners, and do you have people out there helping?
At main intersections, we'll have about six pairs or individuals at main intersections and stop signs, just kind of reminding people and watching the flow, or maybe some confusing intersections, stuff like that.
Could you put out a few of those road blockade things on the corners where you need a little bit more room, or?
There's a lot of corners. That's the problem.
Okay, we probably wouldn't have enough in town then, I would.
And, we don't always have a whole ton of volunteers. So I'm being very hopeful, having 6 individuals or pairs that can help us out.
Sure.
And hopefully they will have their own high visibility jackets or vests and maybe a flashlight to go with them. And but they're not, like I said, they're not policing. The COVID issue is a completely different issue. This is just for the parade flow itself.
Right, right. So you need volunteers, so where can people, how can people sign up to help out?
They can email santaparadeSouris@gmail.com, or they can come see me at LT's Corner Store, or if you have my number, it's in the phone book, give me a call, whatever.
And they can sign up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Are there any other activities that night? I think there was, a couple years ago, wasn't there a hot chocolate party after at the Legion or something?
Yeah, so this year, our committee is only planning the parade.
Okay.
We hope that other businesses will recognize the opportunity to stay open later, or have a festivity or event, or a meal special, something like that.
Sure.
And then as members give us the information, we will promote that and include it in our advertising.
Okay.
But as far as our committee organizing something, we are just going to worry about the parade, which has been more than enough this year.
For sure, because we packed the Legion, I believe. Everything was really packed, and we can't do that now with COVID. So if all the businesses do, or quite a few of the businesses do something on that evening, then we can also spread the public out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which would keep the orders, right?
Yeah. And I'm hoping, like, wink wink to Pharmasave, they usually do a really nice photo op out in front of their store. I don't know if they will again or not, but I could see them doing that, or we could have multiple ones of those around town, and probably for the holiday season, if any businesses want to even do that. So
yeah, wonderful. That's great.
And then I'm pretty sure Annie would have said in her interview that weekend of December 3rd to the 5th, there is more activity planned. So the Santa's workshop on the Friday, and then Santa Parade Sunday or Saturday, and then Sunday shopping. And on the Sunday there is a midget cougar game and a bantam cougar game. So there's going to be lots of people around town that weekend. So
there will be.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it sounds great. That's it for the Santa Claus Parade, and you covered some of the events, which we have spoke to Anastasia about as well. But is that, to the chamber in general, is that what the wrap-up is for this year?
Yeah, well, we've had a very busy year in 2021. We grew our membership significantly to 92 members, and we've had a very busy executive and subcommittee.
Okay.
So we produced chamber membership phone directories that people would have got in their mailboxes probably about April. And we mailed out 3,000 copies to all residents in Souris, Glenwood, and surrounding areas.
Good.
We had a stay and play committee that produced 4 amazing packages that brought a lot of new people into our community. Our summer student, Avery Kirkup, produced daily features on our social media platforms
And
for our members.
They were great. I
They
just
were
loved
great.
reading those.
Yeah, they were lots of fun. We created a QR code for the Chamber, taking you to a newly developed web page on sourismanitoba.com. We purchased 2 accessible picnic tables from Pembina Co-op, and they're for Crescent Avenue, and we will see them up in the spring. We awarded our grad bursary to recipient Riley Cahoot. We launched a Shop Local campaign, and that entailed these Shop Local bags. So these are still available for sale at our chamber businesses, and they're $5 each. I know, and actually I just got an email today that we're going back to saving the environment now, and banning the plastic bags is...
We're back on board with that.
We're back on board with that. So I think you're going to see a lot more stores in town starting to charge for bags. It was mostly just in the city, but we're going to see more of that. So these great bags are very affordable.
Yeah, because for a while you couldn't take your own bags into a store and set them down anywhere. So
Right. Yeah.
it's all very confusing. So you guys have actually done a lot. You've got a few more things here.
Yeah, our summer promotions committee organized 3 new events, and that was in response to COVID recovery. So that was Christmas in July, Peacock Days, and Heritage Days. We celebrated our 30th annual Scarecrow Days in October. We received a grant from Manitoba Chambers of Commerce, and we are producing 2 promotional videos through that grant.
Wow.
Last week, we donated to the Souris Legion number 60's Poppy campaign, and now we're finishing off with our annual Christmas activities, including the Santa Parade and Red Card campaign and Santa's Workshop. And the rest
Wow,
of
so
them.
even with a COVID year, you guys have been busy.
Very busy year, yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm glad the group has grown as well.
yeah,
It's really hard when you only have so many hands.
yeah.
When you have a lot more hands, it makes light work, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, that's really good. So who exactly has been doing all these activities?
Well, I'd like to acknowledge our chamber executive because they have been amazing and volunteered many hours to our community this year. So Vice President and Shop Local, Sandy Denbo, Treasurer, Jonathan Muir, Membership and Spring Fling, Darcy Semeschuk, Constitution, Brenda McKinney, our CDC rep, Stacy Martin, CDC rep, Scarecrow Days, and our fill-in secretary, Pam Whitfield. Summer Parade, Darren Yantz. Christmas, Anastasia Muir. Signage, Jackie Kirkup. Summer Promotions, Karen Kempe. And Stay and Play was Kim Eisner. So each of these executive members also recruited subcommittee members from within the chamber and just within the community. And unfortunately, I don't have that list with me today. It's a very long list. But I would like to thank all of those people that helped out in everything this year too.
Yeah, those events, some of those events were just great. So what are the plans for 2022?
That I don't know yet. We are still working on them, kind of finalizing some details, but I would love to come back in the new year and share those with you once we know.
Great. That'd be wonderful. I can't even believe all the things that you've done and participated in over this last year that was supposed to have been COVID, and we felt like everything was so shut down.
Yeah.
You guys were very busy, so I'm kind of excited to hear what you're going to do in 2022.
Yeah, well, and it was really important to our chamber that we try to recover. You know, our Crescent Avenue businesses were shut down for way too long with that repair, and then they just get going again, and COVID. And there was businesses that opened up a month or two, like Anastasia, and then COVID literally shut her down.
Yeah.
So it was very important to our membership that we try and do as much as we can. So
Yeah, bring the business back.
Yeah.
Get people back on board. Well, that's great. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for coming in on behalf of the chamber here in Souris and Glenwood. We really
for having
appreciate
me.
your time, Loretta. Thank you very much for joining us on Spotlight in Souris. Today we've been talking with Loretta Turner. My name is Laura Higgs. Have a great day.